let's talk about virtual and augmented reality. When I talk to people about these technologies, it's two things I keep hearing over and over again. Like Pokemon Go and Snapchat filters. Like, yes, these are all early adaptations of this technology, but there's so much more than just the entertainment industry. Virtual and augmented reality literally create and alter realities. So much so that we have this chart to help us understand this madness. It's called the reality spectrum. And essentially, it's a scale of how much a reality contains digital elements as opposed to real, tangible elements. On the left end of the spectrum, we have the real world, pretty much the world that we know and love. On the right end of the spectrum, we have virtual reality, and that's a fully immersive digital environment with no real elements at all. And in between, we have what's called the mixed realities, which includes augmented reality. It's essentially either virtual elements in a real world or real elements in a virtual world. This handsome man's in the real world, this one in a virtual reality, and the Snapchat poser in an augmented reality. Now you're either thinking, bro, this is crazy, no way we can make fully immersive VR environments or things like that. Or you're thinking, nah dude, this guy's kidding. It's like, dude, that's impossible. But like, it is possible. And more technological developments are being made every single day. It's actually crazy. Every year, the researchers at Gartner create what's called the Gartner Hype Cycle. And it's essentially a chart which depicts the expectations of an emerging technology over time. Now, when a technology is first introduced, we see a huge spike in expectation because it's super hyped up, everyone's pumped, but then when the first release comes around, it's usually disappointing. Pokemon Go. That causes a huge decline in the graph. But this is now actually the interesting part, because now companies are starting to build on their initial release, and it starts slowly improving and improving and improving, and the expectations slowly start to increase and increase. And this is the part VR and AR are at right now. We're about to see crazy new developments. So many big companies are investing in this technology, from Google to Microsoft and more. To give you guys an insight on the future we're in for, I'm going to go through 3 of my favorite projects using AR and VR. Dyadic projected spatial augmented reality is a form of AR that is being explored by Microsoft Research. One of the things that makes it so cool is that it eliminates the need for a phone, headset, or any other AR device. Instead, they use projectors to generate holographic images. They also use an Xbox Kinect sensor to recognize movement and Unity's physics engine to calculate how the object would respond. The results were amazing.
A tennis ball against the real objects in the room. In a combat-style game, a player can summon a fireball to their raised hand and throw it at the other player. Both players see the appropriate view of the action.
Google also sees massive potential in AR technology. They use a combination of machine learning and augmented reality to help them detect tumors. The microscopes they developed have a special AR lens and a camera to capture what the pathologist is seeing. The images from the camera are fed to a computer which runs a computer vision algorithm that is designed to detect tumors. After identifying the cancerous cells, the information is sent to the AR display which outlines them accordingly. This is insane because now pathologists can make more accurate predictions on whether or not a cell is cancerous, and they won't skim over any by mistake.
I think it has been very effective at locating areas of concern. It's like getting a second opinion.
I can hardly think of anything that's more motivating.
Last, but certainly not least, Medical Realities is using VR to train and prepare pediatricians for high-pressure medical situations. While in these situations, it is crucial that the doctor makes the best decisions as quickly as possible, otherwise the patient's life is at risk. While you can gain textbook knowledge from studying various situations, you'll never experience the real thing until it happens. This is why Medical Realities created a platform where doctors can simulate a variety of different situations in as real as possible simulation. Now they can get the practice and knowledge they need to comfortably handle these situations.
The thought is that if you're learning it in a stressful environment and you're using that recall to remember the algorithms and the protocols, then when you're in the real life experience, you'll be able to pull it out and remember it and be calm as well.
AR and VR have both come a really long way. From making us look like dogs and throwing balls at imaginary monsters to literally saving lives. And it's not over yet. Who knows what crazy things are waiting for us in the future.